All right, it turns out NHL 24's Hockey Ultimate Team is back on. In a stunning turn of events, after just an absolutely brutal start to live content in NHL 24, it looks like they've reverted back to almost everything that we had in the prior years in terms of how content worked. So, in this video, I'm going to break down all of the sets, how all the cards are going to work, the values you need to know. I feel like I'm doing one of these videos like every other day, and they're extremely confusing and long. I think I'm getting better at it, but if you enjoy the video, give it a like and subscribe. Let's take a look at week 2 of the headliner event and everything that came with it. Okay, so let's first start with the new headliner content. We'll kick things off with the 81 Keith Yandle. He's got offensive defenseman, and at only 81, he actually has some use for players that are still struggling to find maybe a bottom pairing left-handed defenseman. He's got 87 speed, 83 acceleration. He does have offensive defenseman. Synergies have proven to be a little bit more difficult to activate, so finding players that can fit the synergy builds that you've got at the top end cards is where I think this card might help out a little bit. But for the most part, this is probably just a sell. Next up, we've got the 82 Danny Heatley. If you pack this card at the time of this recording on the same day, please do not sell it. It looks like there is a low cap, meaning that you can't sell this card for what the actual value is, because while he is 82 overall, he is not an 82 overall in the eyes of the actual player base. He's got 91 speed, 88 acceleration, 86 agility, a mid to high 80s shot, hand stats above 85. Defensively, he's a mess, and he's only got 73 body checking, but he's 6'4", 218. This is a sneaky good card. One of the better left-handed wingers in the game currently. And he has the sniper forward synergy, which would boost up his stats for shooting just a little bit more. Again, if you have this card, please do not sell it. Wait until you start to see some on the market, because his base icon was going for like 20,000 coins as well, and that was a even lower rated card. Ryan Miller's up next. He's got the speed boost synergy, 66 aggression, 87 speed. He's 6'2", 168. Again, goaltenders are kind of hit or miss, and this one doesn't really have anything that really stands out, unless you're a fan of Ryan Miller. Then we've got Big Z, 6'9", 250. It's always terrifying to see him back in a Hockey Ultimate Team. Now, they did his skating rough enough to where I think he's not going to be super overpowered. 85 speed, which is actually kind of scary. But the 83 acceleration means that if you lose the puck near the blue line at all in the offensive zone, it doesn't matter who your opponent has, he is getting blown by. 73 agility means that he turns like a tanker. However, he does have very good defensive awareness, and at 88 body checking with defensive defenseman on, the fact he's 6'9", his reach is gigantic. So if you post him up with someone like Cale Makar, or who we're going to talk about in just a little bit, Adam Fox, that's a nasty combination, but he is still going to be really tough to use just simply because of that agility and that acceleration. Then we've got Patrick Elias, 6'1", 195 with sniper forward and close quarters, which is a very good ability. 86 speed, 85 acceleration, 83 agility. Honestly, for an 85 overall that is a pure winger, he can't play center. He does have a nice shot. There are far better options for a much cheaper price. For example, I would take base Kuznetsov over this Elias. However, EA has done the right thing and made 85s valuable again. More on that in just a little bit. On to the master set players. We've got the 86 Natalie Spooner, 5'10", 181, gold close quarters, silver unstoppable force. However, the issue here is that speed boost is very hard to activate. So when you don't have it activated, she's got 86 speed. At 5'10", 181, that's just not gonna cut it. It's unfortunate. If you've been watching my content, Hillary Knight has been one of the best cards I've used or seen. So it's not like the women cards are not really usable in NHL 24. She's got great abilities, but the speed just kind of effectively makes her unusable. Our goalie master set player is the 86 Marc-Andre Fleury, 6'2", 185, has the speed boost synergy, as well as defensive defenseman. And post-to-post with butterfly effect. Again, it is going to take some time to figure out what the best zone abilities for goaltenders are. He is among the highest rated goaltenders in the game. 87 speed, 67 aggression is a very good combo. However, I would never recommend making a master set goaltender unless you're just absolutely filthy hut rich or you are a fan of that player, simply because it is far easier to just go out and get base Jacob Markstrom. Following him is the 86 Adam Fox, offensive defenseman, playmaking boost. He's got gold elite edges and silver stick 'em up. Now, he's actually been a really impactful card early on. A lot of people have mentioned that his base card has been one of the better defenseman ones too, and that hasn't been the case for quite some time, simply because smaller defensemen just can't knock anyone off the puck. And even with 79 body checking, it's been proven that if you are using total controls and you actually charge up your hits, you can knock pretty much anyone off the puck currently. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, good defensive awareness, and Stick 'em Up does have its usefulness. I think Stick 'em Up isn't nearly as useful on a player that is under 6'2", just because their reach is not as long. I think that if I had Cale Makar's training camp card and you pre-order the game, this would be an avoid for me. But if you didn't pre-order the game and you did not have the 85 Cale Makar, I would strongly consider maybe using this card for a little while and seeing if you want to make that final tier upgrade. And then lastly, we've got the 86 Evgeny Kuznetsov. Playmaking forward and agile dangler boost. At 6'2", 207, he's got gold unstoppable force and silver wheels, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 92 agility, high 80s shooting, above 90s hand stat. This is one of the best left-handed wingers in the game, and it will remain so for quite some time. Every year in the first event, there is always a card that far outlasts almost every other event around the launch of the game. If you think back to NHL 23, that would have been the Spotlight Jared McCann. You can even play him at center with 82 on the draw, but behind X Factor Connor McDavid, as well as his base card, and the team builder Robitaille, Evgeny Kuznetsov from the Headliners event is right there. This is an instant make for me, and I'll talk about the cost in just a little while, because I know there are a lot of people out there that don't want to mess around with events at all. But again, I can show you how to get a free Master Set player, essentially. Okay, now let's talk about sets, because like I mentioned, what's old is new again. We'll start first with the Hut Headliner sets, and as you can see, nothing has changed. It will take one Headliner collectible, and you can make the 82 overall versions of all the cards. Nothing has changed here. As you can see, I've already made Evgeny Kuznetsov. And when it comes to upgrading, if you want to upgrade one of the Headliner Master Set players, it'll cost you 10,000 coins to get to Tier 2, and then it hits the power-up collectible phase. You can either pay 15,000 coins or one power-up collectible to get to Tier 3, Tier 4 will be another power-up collectible or 25k, and then the final tier is 2 power-up collectibles or 50,000 coins. Remember that any tier that only requires one power-up collectible, when you refund it, you will get that power-up collectible back. So, for example, if you were to just talk about what you've got to spend to get this 85 Adam Fox, you can use a headline collectible. There are many ways to get a free one. 10,000 coins to get him to his Tier 2. And then if you have 2 power-up collectibles, you can get him to 85. And again, you don't have to worry about the cost. All you've got, especially if you refund him all the way down, is you'll lose 5,000 coins. 5,000 coins to essentially rent this 85 overall is a fantastic value. Now, the final tier is where you have to make a decision, because there's really no way around it. You're either going to lose 25,000 coins or a power-up collectible. Prior to all of these new sets that we're about to cover, power-up collectibles were going for well over 30,000 coins. However, now it's much less than that. Power-up collectibles are much more easier to obtain, and if we're being real, 5,000 coins for refunding half of 10,000, and then losing a power-up collectible, which is now going for around 22,000, totaling essentially 27,000 coins to rent this card for a month or so. I really don't see any issue in that. It's very easy to get 27,000 coins, so it's something to keep in mind. I don't think that you should go out and blow your entire coin bank on making Master Set players. We've been down this road before. However, the change to power-up collectibles makes things far different, because early on in the game, there is a few tiers that will cost you nothing to refund. Once we get up to 88s and 89s and it's costing you 7 or 8 power-up collectibles, that's when things are going to get a little bit different. But the Headliners event offers an interesting take, simply because if you go all the way, you're only going to lose 1 power-up collectible. So that being said, let's take a look at now how you can acquire power-up collectibles. The biggest change is in the Headliners collectible sets. All the way at the end, you will now see a Hut Headliners collectible to power-up collectible set, meaning that you can trade in 5 Headliner collectibles, and that will get you a power-up collectible. Now, prior to today, it was actually quite difficult to get Headliner collectibles, because there was only a few set objectives, and one of them included scoring 100 goals with a Lesh Hemsky card. I pray for anyone's sanity that actually did that. However, now, if you look in the collectible set for Headliners, you will see that you can now make various amounts of Headliner collectibles by varying ranges of overall player items. So, for example, one 85 and above overall player will net you 3 Headliner collectibles and a base pack. Going down one more, an 84 overall and above will net you 2 headliner collectibles. Now, it will cost you around 8,000 coins to get an 84 and above overall card, which means that if you bought 3 84 overall cards at 8,000 coins, totaling 24,000 coins, you only need 5, you will get 6, but the breakdown of that is about 20,000 coins per power-up collectible. Great value. For anyone that doesn't understand why this saves Hockey Ultimate Team and the economy, is because prior to this, power-up collectibles were running well into the 30,000 coins because it required so many 82 overall cards and below, but those cards were also used for team builders, as well as getting icons. The cards above, 83, 84, and 85, those cards essentially had the same value. Now that they actually pump out and produce far more collectibles per item, Hockey Ultimate Team is back on. So, again, what I would recommend is if you are going to make headliner collectibles to make the power-up collectibles, just make sure you do the math. And all you've got to do, let's say, for example, you want to do the 83 and above, so that's a 1-for-1 trade-in. All you've got to do is go to the auction house and search for whatever the cheapest price is. It's going to require you to do some math, but as you can see, if you were to trade in the 84s, it would have cost you about 20,000 per collectible. If you were to do it via trading in just 83 overall players right now at 3,750 coins, that's just under 19,000 coins per collectible. Again, the math might be a little bit confusing, but make sure that you go and check the market. It looks like when it comes to the headliners collectibles, anything under 4,000 per collectible is a good deal. All right, on to our next sets. The Stars of the Month sets, they are new, and they essentially allow you to create any of the Star of the Month player item. Now, in these sets, there isn't any of the trade in a higher overall card to get more Star of the Month collectibles, no, but there is a 1-for-1 headliners collectible into a Star of the Month collectible, meaning that you can just go off the headliners price. We now know that that's 4,000 coins, which offers up an interesting take here, because one of the September Star of the Month players is Jack Eichel. And if you trade in 22 headliner collectibles to get 22 Star of the Month collectibles, you can get this Star of the Month Jack Eichel card. Now, prior to this new set change, Jack Eichel was going for well over 100,000 coins. If you've been watching myself and Padres Coffee and Shell podcast, you know that we've brought up Jack Eichel quite a bit because he is a very unique card in Hockey Ultimate Team with a custom stride, a 90 speed, 89 acceleration, and with 2 synergies that can get him up to 91 agility, and Silver Unstoppable Force at 6'2", 207. This is basically the right-handed version of Evgeny Kuznetsov. However, right now, tradable, he's going for about 90,000 coins, so make sure before you do the trade-in, if you were looking to grab this card, if you can get him tradable for under the same price. Always do that. Before you make a card, go and make sure that on the auction house, he's not going for something less. And because the sets have just come out and he is still in packs, his price is plummeting. So if you see him end up getting below 80,000 coins, I would kind of jump on that, because once he's out of packs and the only way that you can get him is to make him, then his price isn't dictated by other people having his card. The price is dictated by how much do each headliner collectible cost, for example. Now, the other big change is in power-up collectible sets. They also have a higher trade-in for higher overall cards straight up for power-up collectibles. So, for example, if you trade in 5 84 overall and above cards, you will get 2 power-up collectibles. And again, just doing some math, if you were to get an 84 overall player at 8,000 coins or below, you're looking at 22,000 per collectible. Again, a lot of math and numbers, I apologize. But before you do any of these trade-ins and you want to invest coins, make sure that you're figuring out which one is the cheapest at that time. If I tell you that this is the cheapest set, once I release this video, everyone's just going to go jack up the price, so I don't want to do that. I just want to inform you how to do it when you go and actually do the set. The thing to remember with 85 overalls is that when you trade in 585 and above overall player items, you will get 3 power-up collectibles, but you'll also get a player's pack. Now, right now, 85 overall player items are going for roughly around 14,000 coins. You need 5 of them for the set. That totals 70,000. You get 3 collectibles for that, which totals about 23,300. So as you can see, they're a little bit more expensive to do this set, but you also get the player's pack, so keep that in mind. Now, for anyone trying to get a free Master Set player, like Evgeny Kuznetsov, for example, and you've not completed the objectives and you're not really sure how to make one for free if you are a no money spent player, in the Headliners bonus objective tab, you will see that if you just take shots with any Hut Headliners player item, you will get a Hut Headliners collectible. But if you just complete 10 games of Hut Rush, you will get yourself a free Headliner item. It's Phil Kessel. but then you can just rattle off shots with him to unlock this second tier. That will get you a headliner collectible, which you then can use to trade in for any of the 82 overalls, like Evgeny Kuznetsov, for example. On top of that, if you are to score goals with any headliner player item, I'd recommend doing this on rookie mode in squad battles. The more you have in your lineup, obviously the quicker it will go, but even with just one, you could just hyper-focus that one player. You'll get an elite pack, but you'll also get a power-up collectible, which is huge because that's a free tier. If I'm being honest with you, the original headliner's objective path at the end will get you 3 headliner collectibles, which are now worth something. Still nowhere near worth the time and effort it takes to score 100 goals with Ales Hemsky. In all honesty, I would just avoid that. There's no reason to try and play this game and make it feel like a job any more than it already has been. I would try and do the 75 games to get the 2 gold collectibles, as well as some live collectibles, and we'll talk about those in a later video. Finally, let's discuss Hut Rush. Now, there was a mess at the launch of this event, so if I apologize if anyone has any questions about tiers not being finished and things like that. It does look like they finally figured out all of the rewards and all of the tracking required, so I do apologize, but there is a new reward path. Hut Rush continues to be one of the most rewarding modes in the game, which is mind-boggling, but nonetheless, I'm not going to complain. As a free-to-play player, you can acquire a ton of gold cards, which you can use for things like the X Factor trade-in or the working towards icons. But then at the end, you'll also get a Jumbo Premium pack at just under 4 million, the Hut Headliners collectible, which again will net you much more ever since the changes, a Jumbo Premium pack at 4.3, a Hut Headliner player item from week 1, but then at 5 million, as well as 6.1 million, that's 2 more power-up collectibles. That is 3 of the 4 required that you would need to fully upgrade a Master Set player. Now, honestly, with the Mega Pack, as well as the Jumbo Premium and all of the other gold cards that you'll earn here, there should be enough in here that will allow you to complete that last and 4th power-up collectible. So while I don't really necessarily agree with Hut Rush being how free-to-play players have to go about acquiring their Master Set players, at least we can essentially get them for free. Now, I will have a tier list video that will go over all of the headliner cards, but if you've been watching my free-to-play series, you know how much I think about who I'm going to add to my team. As you can see, before playing a game or any... The last thing we should touch on is we did get more live moments for each of these cards as well. And the Kuznetsov moment, if you complete, will give you a Hut Headliner collectible. Remember, you only need to do the star that is tied with it. So the top star among the rewards means that you've just got to get the score bottom left corner goals with Evgeny Kuznetsov. You also get a gold player and 500 coins. The Adam Fox one will get you a prime pack, Fleury will get you 3 gold players, and Natalie Spooner will get you 2 more gold players. These should not take very long as they have reduced the difficulty in terms of the actual objectives you've got to do. The Kuznetsov one specifically I would do because you can speed things up instead of going the objective route to get your free headliner collectible. So I would go this route. So it has been awfully confusing. This weekend, I'm going to be providing a bunch of different guides. One will be everything you need to know about Hockey Ultimate Team because I do not believe there will be many more changes to how we acquire sets and cards. They've learned their lesson. Things look to be back to where they were, on top of some new good concepts like being able to make mode-specific items and everything like that. So if you want to have everything broken down for you, I will have a set video that will walk you through every single collectible and set that's in the game. I will also be releasing my strategies video, as I've now played about 70 Rivals games. I figured it out. On top of that, Hut Rush has become quite easier. And again, I will have a video that will go over how to dominate in Hut Rush as well. So don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.